What if humans never invented language? Your mind would look unrecognizable. You are sitting in a room right now, but no words exist to explain it. Not room, not sitting, not even you. Your thoughts are still happening, but they can't label themselves. Something strange begins immediately. You feel things, but you cannot name them. And without names, your mind starts to blur at the edges. This is not silence. This is a world where meaning has no structure. And the real question is, what happens to a human brain that cannot build structure? Your ancestors once lived closer to this state than you think. And the difference between them and you is not just intelligence, it is language. Before spoken language, your mind would not feel empty. It would feel continuous, like a river with no breaks, no words to carve it into pieces. You might assume thinking comes first, and language just describes it. But research suggests something more unsettling. Language does not just describe thought, it shapes what thought is allowed to become. Lev Vygotsky, the Soviet psychologist, argued that inner speech is the backbone of higher thinking. Without it, planning collapses into pure impulse, not because you are less intelligent, but because structure itself disappears. Now imagine that removal. You see another human across from you. You feel something about them. But you cannot form friend, enemy, or even human as a category in your mind. Everything is immediate. Everything is emotional. Nothing is abstract. You cannot plan tomorrow because tomorrow does not exist as a concept. Time is not a line. It is just change happening now. And here is where it becomes even more strange. Noam Chomsky proposed that humans are born with a built-in capacity for grammar, a deep structure that allows language to emerge almost naturally. But in a world without language, that system never activates. It remains a dormant architecture inside your brain, never built upon. So your intelligence does not disappear. It just cannot climb. You might still solve problems in front of you. You might still recognize patterns, but you cannot stack ideas on top of each other. No recursion, no storytelling, no what if, only presence. And presence without language is overwhelming. Steven Pinker, in The Language Instinct, describes language as an evolutionary adaptation that turns raw perception into combinable ideas. Without it, your mind cannot recombine reality. You are trapped in single moments, one at a time, forever. Think about memory. You remember something painful, but you cannot attach words to it, so it does not become a story. It becomes a sensation that returns without warning. Trauma would not be something you talk through. It would simply replay. Now imagine a group of humans like this. No stories, no myths, no warnings passed forward, no instructions beyond imitation. Michael Tomasello's work on shared intentionality shows that humans become uniquely powerful through collaborative meaning-making. Without language, that collaboration collapses into basic synchronization. You can move together, but you cannot think together. There would be no "we built this." Only "this happened while we were near each other." Civilization would never form, not because humans lack hands or intelligence, but because coordination requires shared symbols. Even something as simple as fire becomes fragile. One generation learns it through observation. The next must rediscover it. Progress does not accumulate, it resets. And inside your own mind, identity becomes unstable. There is no "I told myself yesterday." There is only sensation after sensation. You might recognize faces, but you cannot anchor them to names. So people become shifting patterns, not stable identities. Even emotions lose definition. Anger does not differ from fear in language. It is just intensity, a rising pressure with no label to separate it. Now here is the twist that changes everything. If language never existed, you would not experience its absence. You would not think, "I am missing something," because that thought requires language. Instead, you would simply be, fully immersed in the present, with no distance between experience and awareness. This is where the paradox appears. Language gives you complexity, but it also creates separation. It allows you to think about yourself. But in doing so, it splits you into thinker and thought. Without it, there is no inner narrator, no commentary layer in your mind, no voice explaining what is happening, just raw perception. Some neuroscientists suggest that pre-linguistic cognition in infants and even animals operates in a similar way. Direct experience without verbal labeling. But humans go further, layering symbols on top until symbols become reality itself. And once that happens, there is no return. Your modern mind is built from words so deeply that even reading this is shaping your internal structure in real time. You cannot escape language to imagine a world without it, without using language itself. That is the final paradox. To think about a world without language, you must use language, which means the very idea is already shaped by what it tries to remove. And so you are left with a strange realization. Language did not just help humans survive. It created the kind of mind that can ask what survival means. Without it, you would still exist. You would still feel. You would still react. But you would never step outside the moment to ask why. And right now, as you think about that difference, your mind is doing something ancient and extraordinary. It is turning experience into meaning. It is doing what no pre-linguistic human mind could ever do. It is building a world that only exists because words exist to hold it together. And without language, none of this would ever have been possible.